Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading on a Saturday. This is an evidentiary video of how the perpetrators are not only trespassing my property, but they're prematurely, falsely eroding a portion of my property where the water never even rises to. They're deliberately digging it out. It could be with an energy weapon. It could be with a pick. But I'm going to show you. I started to show you last week. But I'm going to show you what they're doing. And this happened overnight, okay? So here they are. They're digging out underneath. And one second, zooming. My cat's here with me. So they're digging out. Oh, look at the way they're blurring it. Look at the way the criminals are blurring the video. So they're digging out underneath the platform here. Now the water never gets up that high, but look at what they're doing. They're deliberately picking out, they're cutting the root system. They're creating a platform here that didn't exist before. They're digging out underneath here to cause this to erode back and possibly collapse because it's supporting trees around here. They're also cutting, I'm going to show you, they're cutting my barbed wire. The barbed wire across here has been cut. And I'm going to show you what they did overnight. Okay, so this wasn't like this yesterday because I was here yesterday. So they dug this out, all this. This is all dug out. I'm going to show you here. This was all dug out, and you can see the rock. And this is what the quality of the soil is like here. It is large rock mixed with soil. So this is like irreplaceable. So when they dig out the soil here, please zoom in. They dig out the soil here like this. They've dug out under here. Please zoom in. Come on. And then they're exposing the roots here. This is not natural. All of these roots were under soil. And they're digging out, you can see here, they're digging out everywhere. And I'm going to walk down here, show you. And they can do this now because the water is low. So you can see that they've exposed the root system here. And these roots support this wall. And they're digging out underneath the root system, exposing the roots. Digging out all under here. And you can see that this is unnaturally picked at. All of this was scraped because you should never see soil here. You never see soil here because it's always covered with foliage. I mean, who cuts it here? So they've actually dug out underneath here, and this is a pattern of digging out underneath the root system, digging out the soil. They're stealing the soil because if it were eroding naturally, you'd find the soil piled up down here, but they're digging it and stealing the soil and the rock. They've done it here as well. Let me just move on down here. There's some poison ivy here. So they've done it here. They've dug out underneath here. You can see this is a root system that they've cut. They've cut the root system here. Zoom me, please. Move out of the way. There's poison ivy here. And this is what they've done. I'm going to show you here. Look at how they've exposed. They've dug out here. This is what I noticed. This was done overnight. So they've dug out here. You can see the exposed rock, the root system, and look at how they burn the roots. You see that? You see the little holes in there? They dug out underneath here. And look at what they've done here. Look. You see this is a Freemason stuff? They've stuck 3 branches here, right underneath here. And they've rotted the root system here. Exposed this root, scraped it all back here so that the rock is exposed here. Zoom me, please zoom me. Come on now. And this is what they've done. They've cut the root here, exposed it all here. And this is an evidentiary video. And this will be for the state of Kentucky. I'll be submitting this to the state of Kentucky, the Sheriff's Department, and the Department of Justice, because this is being deliberately done to my property. And here's the root system that was exposed on this tree. This was deliberately dug out. Here. you'd see there's rock in this soil. And this is where the water line usually comes up to. Let me just show you from here. The water line usually comes up to here. It never goes up higher than that, never. So this is false erosion. It does not erode here, and this should be completely covered with foliage. The same for here. They've dug out under here. There's always moss. You can see that that's scraped right there. And we haven't had any rain. So this is completely scraped. Zoomy, please. This is all scraped. They've dug out underneath this canopy here. Dug out here. Okay, so let me just walk a little bit down here. It's very difficult to photograph. But you can see here, this is totally unnatural and dug out overnight. And I guarantee Scarlett and Eddie Marks have something to do with it. So let me just tell you that Eddie Marks is a logger. He knows everything about trees, how to kill them, how to cut them down. So this is where the water line usually goes. It's never gone above here. So why is this all scraped up here? And you can see that they scraped underneath here, and this rock now is loose. This rock was dislodged from underneath here, right? So they've deliberately scraped dug all of the wall here. They've dug all the wall here. This is irreplaceable. It's just irreplaceable, and they're doing significant damage here. Again, the water, you see where this moss is on this rock? The water doesn't get past this. But look at what they've done here. Look at how they've dug out underneath this tree and how they rotted out this tree. I cut this tree down. But look at what they've done underneath here. This is not normal. This is not normal. They've dug out everything underneath here. All the soil. They've stolen all this soil and have deliberately changed the landscape of my property. They've deliberately changed, altered forever the landscape of my property. And look at what they've done here. They've dug all of this out, and look at that tree root. They dug out all underneath there, all underneath here. This is what they do at night. They filthy my property. They go into my house, spread dirt everywhere, all of my countertops. In the Cats building. Here you go. I'm going to show you. I'm a little stuck here. 1 second. You can see here where they've dug it out. More roots. They dug out underneath here. This is all dug out. I know it's not an animal for you, the morons out there. You go, oh, it's probably an animal. No, this is happening overnight. See, today is Saturday, and these criminals, you know, some of them actually have jobs during the week, but then they come onto my property, and then they have their second income working my property every weekend. So I've got a big tree here, and they're digging out underneath the tree. And yeah, Daniel Isaacs, the sheriff, Ross Murray, the county lawyer, Andy Beshear, the governor, you'll all be receiving this. And then you can come out here and fix it. Because this is being done deliberately to my property for asset stripping, vandalism, trespassing. And here, look, here's the little witches were here. The witches, they put their ridiculous bitchcraft everywhere. And this is what they do. They're digging out underneath. Here, look at this. The root system here. And this is the local Freemasons too. We can't leave them out. Because this is what they do for a living, right? Aren't they the Masons? Don't they build stuff? Don't they break things down? They do stone work and stuff like that. So yeah, this is another thing that they do. They litter my property. It doesn't matter. I can come back here every day, and there's more garbage on my property every day. I have so much work here to do on a regular basis, just living my life, taking care of my house, the farm, my animals, and then I've got these losers damaging my property every friggin' day. Every day. So I'm just picking up some stuff that they have thrown in here, and here, I'm going to show you some more. And let me get that thing back over here. So they're digging out under here too. Okay, now suddenly I've got a low battery. It was full. I was on 100%. And this is what they're doing here. And look at what they've done over here. Let me show you what they've done. Look. They've completely dug out all under here. Look at this. Look at what they've done. Look at this. Look. And we've got a plane above. Here, look at this, everybody. They completely dug out my property. Look at this. This rock is like cement, and they've disturbed it, dug it out, exposed all the root system, stole the soil. This is absolutely despicable what they've done here. If any of you have a suggestion on who to report this to besides the state, the sheriff is a piece of shit, right? Can't report it to the sheriff, county lawyer, they're all in on it, right? But look at what they're doing. They're digging up my property here. This is an evidentiary video on Saturday. What is it, the 12th? This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. Exposing one criminal activity at a time, what they're doing to my property. This is absolutely despicable. This is criminal. These are criminal, felonious acts. The destruction of my property. This once gorgeous, beautiful property that they're trying to steal because these are envious, jealous people. All of this rock was up here. Look at this. They've dug holes everywhere. Everywhere. Well, you know what? I am going to report this. This is a reportable offense. And I'm going to call my insurance company again because they claim that they can't pay a claim unless they have a sheriff's report. Now, that's nowhere in my policy. It doesn't say that anywhere in my policy. They just use that excuse so that they wouldn't pay the claim. Okay, and then they said, oh, well, we don't cover rock and soil, but you do cover vandalism. Doesn't matter what the vandalism is, right? So this is what they've done. They've dug out under the canopy here to cause destabilization of the trees, the landscape, the waterways, and to spread the water from going in one direction by spreading it out. And that's what they've done. And I'm going to have to do some maneuvering of rock and everything to reroute it. And this is what they've done here, look. Zoomy, I love you, Zoomy, but we're busy right now. So again, this is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. This is Jackson County, Kentucky. These are massive, massive criminal acts. Massive. What they're doing to this land. They want to steal it. They want it to depreciate in value. Because what's going to happen? Somebody's going to come, an inspector is going to come and say, what's going on here? And I'll just tell them it's vandalism. That's exactly what I'm going to tell them. It's vandalism. I've reported it already. And I'm going to be reporting this again. So anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. I've got a lot of stuff to do. Thank you for walking along with me on the creek behind my house. This is not the county creek, it's the creek behind my house on my property, which ended here. It ended here where that rock is, and they've dug it out. They pushed it back. It looks like it's about 2 feet, and then about 3 feet up high, they've dug it out. This is what happens when I'm asleep, when they knock me out at night. And they're stealing the soil and the rock, because if it were happening naturally, it would fall. You'd find it on the ground. But they're not. They're probably coming with a crew. And I'm going to sign off for now. I've got a low battery, but I just want you to see this. Look how deep it goes back. I'm just going to show you how deep it goes back here. How deep. So the water level usually gets up to where these rocks are, right here. And they've expanded it back and up and cut it all out. I'm going to sign off for now.